We cuddled all night long. We cuddled, laying on a wet mattress, in wet clothes, on wet bedding. Surprisingly, you can get quite warm, as long as it's not too cold outside. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was October 10th, so it's not gone too cold yet. We cuddled until morning, and then at 7 o'clock, we got up and we walked and we went and we sat on the benches on the cliff tops that we like to sit on, and the wind blows and the sun comes up and we got dry. The bedding, we took the 2 blankets. That was my priority. I'd laid out the mattress here so that it had a chance of being in the sun and had a chance of drying somewhat, but I knew it wouldn't dry in one day, not from being totally submerged. We took the 2 picnic blankets and maybe a towel or 2 and just get ourselves dry, get the bedding dry for that night, and the rest would have to take a 2nd or 3rd day to dry out. And that's what we did. We just coped, and that's what we're still doing to this day. Whenever we get wet, we hope that the next day is going to have sunshine, and 9 times out of 10 you do. You get sunshine and maybe a breeze, a good drying day, and we cope, we manage. And when a nice guy buys you a tent and there's a storm coming that night, but you've got one day to take down your old shelter and put up your tent and move all your things into it, you do it, you get on with it, you get it done, you cope. And when 3 months later a storm comes along and splits your tent clean in half, cleaves a big hole in the entire length, end to end split, what do? You cope, you manage, you do what you can. You put a tarpaulin or a ground sheet or whatever over the top, you make do. When it turns out you've not done good enough and that the water gets in, you wait till morning, you drag everything out, you dry off as best you can, you make do. You build a bed, if you've seen the latest video. You build a bed so that your mattresses aren't on the ground when the water pools. So yes, they're going to get wet, but no, they're not going to get as wet. You manage, you cope, you do the best you can. Because the alternative is that you don't. You don't manage, you don't survive, you don't keep going. That's not an option. You've got to keep going. You hold on till morning.